Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. So children, the lesson that we will be doing today is lesson number 2 from your English textbooks, and the name of the lesson is Odd One In. Now you must have heard people saying odd one out. Now we also have exercises sometimes in science where we pick up the odd one out. Now odd one out means what? That there are certain things and there is one thing which does not match that particular group. So that is the odd one out. For example, if I say cat, dog, cow and ball, this ball is the odd one out. Why? Because the other three are animals. But here in this lesson, children, we have a story about a girl. She joins a new school, but she is the odd one. But she is not out, okay? She is in. Why is she in? She is in because even though she is odd, she is very good at her studies. She is very good at mathematics. She is very good at helping others. She is very good in sports, in extracurricular activities like singing, etc. So let us see what the story of this odd one in is, and let us see how the story begins right from the first day of school. On the first day of school, all the children come to school. They are very happy to be back to school. Okay, now the names of some of these children also you will find in your books. The main story in this book is there's a main person whose name is Rima. All right, and there are other girls also who are friends of this girl Rima. For example, we have one of our friends who's called Claire. All right, there's one more friend of hers who's called Shenaz. So these are a group of girls who are studying in a particular school, and on the first day when they go to school, they see that there is a new girl called Malti who has joined their school. Now this Malti is a little bit different from these other girls, as in she is a little simple and she is not from an urban area, that is, she's not come from a city. She has come from a village, and she puts she plaits her hair, and she applies a lot of oil to her hair, and her English is not very good. Okay, so she is rather little different from these girls. So she is the odd one here. Okay. Now, when she comes to school for the first day, you can see Malti is joining the new school. But then all the other children who are there, this Rima, Shehnaz, Claire and all her friends, what do? They are very mean and they make fun of this girl Malti. They make fun of her, they laugh at her, they mock her, and they feel that she doesn't know to speak in English. Her English is very, very bad, and that is the reason they all laugh at her, they make fun of her. So, children, we know that the children laughed at this new girl called Malti. But then, what were the reasons that they laughed at? Let us see. So, these children, they laughed at this poor girl who had joined their school because they felt that she couldn't speak much English. Alright, so that was one reason. They felt that we are very good in speaking English and this girl doesn't know how to speak English. So come on, let us make fun of her. And also, she had very oily hair and she used to put a bindi and all. That means she was not very fashionable. So that was one more reason that these children laughed at her, and finally they felt that she had come from another state
and that is the reason she used to speak in a particular manner. So these were all the reasons that made all these children in her school laugh at our friend Malti. Now, out of all the girls, there was this girl called Rima. Now, this Rima, she was especially not fond of Malti. Okay, there was some reason that Rima, along with her friends, she had a gang of friends. They decided that we are going to make life very, very difficult for Malti for no reason at all. Okay, so children, remember, sometimes in your school also you may have a new child who's joined your school very recently. All right, so that child doesn't know anyone in your school, that child doesn't have any friends in your school. So what will you do? Will you try to make that particular friend of yours feel welcome, or will you try and trouble that friend of yours? You should always try to make that person feel welcome in your class. Now let us see what happened after that, because Malti had a very, very tough time in the school. So what happened after that? You will see that the next day, when Malti enters her class, all the girls, they make fun of her. Okay, they all stand up and they wish her, they say, good morning. Why morning? Why? Because she speaks like that. Malti's English is not good. So she's come from a place where maybe they speak English like that. So they say they purposely tease her, purposely to make her feel bad. They say good morning to her. Now poor Malti, she does not realize that they're making fun of her. So she also replies back. She also says good morning. And that is when they start teasing her. So one of the girls, Shehnaz, she says, why do you put so much oil in your hair? And Malti feels a little bad, but she doesn't reply. Another girl, Claire, she says, and why is your skirt so long? Why do you wear such long skirts? Now Malti is very, very hurt. She wants to say something, but then at that moment, their teacher enters the class and the class progresses. That is, the teacher starts taking attendance, then the teacher declares that we are going to learn a new lesson today, and the teacher starts teaching the lesson. Now children, as time passes, as the class progresses, everyone is surprised to see that Malti, she always raises her hand when the teacher asks a question. Can you see there? Malti is standing with her hand up because she wants to answer. And she wants to answer because she knows the answer. So then slowly and slowly, they start realizing that Malti seems to be a clever girl. But Rima still feels that she doesn't know any English, so she's not clever at all. Okay? Now there is, after some days in school, there is a singing competition. There is an inter-house singing competition in school. Now Rima has participated in the English song category. Now Rima is going to sing song in English. Now our friend Malti, she also signs up for the singing competition, but she is going to sing a song in Hindi. Okay. Now even for that, these girls have got very mean things to say. Here also they say things like oily plates, sings also. That is, she's got such oily plates, she knows to study, we know that, but she sings also. And they also say, no, she doesn't sing, she croaks like a frog. So see, these are all wrong things to be said about someone, isn't it? But then on the day of the singing competition, everyone is proved wrong. Malti sings beautifully and she has a very melodious and well trained voice. Now Rima and her gang, they have decided that they will tease Malti when she's singing, but then when she starts singing, there is absolute silence in the class. And you can see the principal there, you can see the teacher there. As soon as Malti finishes singing, the principal is the first person who starts clapping for Malti. And then the teacher starts clapping, and all the other students, they start clapping as well. So Malti gets the first prize in the Hindi song category. Rima also gets a prize, okay? Rima also gets the first prize in the English song category. But then somehow Rima is still jealous of Malti. She's not happy that Malti has won a prize. Now, Malti is a very, very bright child. I told you, she's very good at studies, but her forte is mathematics. Now, what is the meaning of forte? Forte means she's best at doing mathematics. And she's not a mean girl at all. She is a very, very kind hearted, generous girl. So, whenever the other students ask for her help, she immediately helps them. So slowly, many of the girls, they start seeking help from Malti to do mathematics. So Malti becomes quite popular in school, not only with her teachers but also with the other girls in the class. But what about Rima and gang? Let's see. But Rima and her clique, though, clique means a gang, though, they stubbornly dislike Malti. They do not like Malti at all. No matter how good Malti is, no matter how much talented she is, no matter how good she is in studies, they still don't like her. The reason is, we don't know. They are just stubborn, they are just mean. Okay? Now, one fine day, what happens is, Rima crosses all her limits. Why? Because Rima makes fun of Malti again. And this time, Malti feels bad. And Malti tells Leena, I know my English is weak. Yours is good. Please, will you help me to improve my English? But I said, na, Rima crosses all her limits. And what does she say? She says, I won't be able to help you, my dear. Speaking proper English isn't easy for your countrified types. Countrified means, we say, na, she's from a village, she's a gauti. Alright, so that kind of a language she uses with Malti in class in front of everybody. Now, this time, Malti feels very bad. Her face turns red and she leaves the class. And when she is going out of the class, she's so hurt that she bursts into tears. Now, this thing, this mean thing which Rima does to Malti, even Rima's friends don't like. So, see, Rima's friends, her gang, they also feel bad about the way Rima has talked to Malti on that particular day, and they scold Rima. Now, Rima is shocked, and Rima is also sad and upset, and she is very silent the whole day. Even when she goes home that evening, she is very silent. Why? Because she knows that she has committed a mistake. And finally, you will see that Rima realized her folly. Folly means a mistake, and she repented. So maybe in future you will see that Rima may not trouble Malti. She might become good friends with Malti. So children, this was the story of Rima and Malti for you. Now remember, after you finish watching this video, I have a few tasks for you. You have to answer some questions, fill up a Google form. So in detail about the tasks, I will tell you towards the end of the lesson. Now come on, let's move on and go to the next part of the lesson.
We have an important grammar point in this lesson, that is in the language study part on page number 7. If you check in the language study part, you will see that we have types of nouns, and particularly they have focused on the common and the proper nouns. So let us see what this common and the proper nouns are. So let us find out what nouns are in the first place. I guess all of you know what nouns are. So nouns are the names of persons, the names of places, the names of things, etc. Nouns are of various types. You have common nouns, proper nouns, collective nouns, etc. But in this particular lesson, the focus is on common nouns and proper nouns. So let us do that before we move ahead. So what are proper nouns? Now since this is a condensed lesson, children, since I have to try and complete a major part of the lesson within 15 minutes, we will not go back and revise what are nouns and what are the types of nouns. Let us get directly to the point and let us try and see what is a proper noun. So what is a proper noun? A proper noun is a special name for a person, place or thing. Okay, remember, a proper noun is a special name for a person, for a place or for a thing. So what are common nouns? Common nouns are common names for a person, place or thing. So this is a difference between a proper noun and a common noun. A proper noun is proper and it is special, whereas a common noun is common. Okay, so this you can say in short could be the description or the meaning of a common noun and a proper noun. So proper nouns are proper, are special, and common nouns are common. Let us look at some examples now. See, now this on the left side of your screen is a person. Okay, person. Do you know the name of this person? No, it could be anybody, isn't it? So this person, who can be anybody, we will call him as someone who belongs to the common noun category. So when we call him person, so this person is common noun category, common noun. We can call him man, okay? We can call him boy, whatever. So this man, boy, person, all these words belong to the common noun category. Now let us focus on the other person on your screen. Do you know this person? Yes. Does he have a proper name? Yes. So who is he? He is a very, very prominent figure in Indian history, isn't it? His name is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So now we know his name, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So can there be other people who are also called as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? No. So this is a special name for this person. So this Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is proper noun. Alright. So now this is the difference between a common noun and a proper noun. A common noun is common. You can call many people by that particular name. But a proper noun is special. You can call only certain or a particular person by that particular name. See, these are all various examples of proper nouns. So you have India. When you say country, it is common. When you say India, it is proper noun. Taj Mahal. When you say monument, it is common noun. When you say Taj Mahal, it is proper noun. Simba. When you say lion cub, it is common noun. It could be any lion cub. But when you say Simba, then it is a proper noun. Okay. Now let us look at some examples of common nouns also. So girl is a common noun. Beach is a common noun. Pencil is a common noun. Okay. So there are endless more examples like this. But we are going to look at a few of them so that you get an idea of what this is, and then you can always pick up a dictionary and you can pick up examples for common nouns from the dictionary. You will get examples, many examples of common nouns from the dictionary. To find out which proper nouns are or the names of proper nouns, you can pick up a newspaper. In the newspaper, you will get an endless list of proper nouns. Okay? See, some more examples of common nouns. A boat, door, car, dog, mother. These are all examples of common nouns. Now I have made a small kind of, you can say, exercise for you. Let us try and identify which are the common nouns and which are the proper nouns. So this is the first word, Rebecca. Now Rebecca is the name of a girl, isn't it? So when you say girl, it is common noun, but when I say Rebecca, it is proper noun. What about car? It is a common noun. Toy, it's a common noun. Mr. Higgins, it's a proper noun. Park, it's a common noun. Okay, so out of the 10 words, I have identified 5. Now what you can do is, after you watch the entire video, you can play the video once again and you can try and identify the names of the nouns from words 6 to 10. So children, this was our first lesson today for Standard 7th English. We saw the story of the lesson or the gist of the story, and we looked at the grammar point, that is types of nouns from your textbook. That is all for today. Thank you so much, children.
So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly. So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions. And note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.